Hello, this is my Bluetooth speaker. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'll check it out. Um, Today's video, as usual, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a channel where nothing happens, so everything is a possibility. And in that vein, I want to make a video doing spoken words. Okay, so I usually have inspirations where I just get into a frenzy and I write, and those words are very precious to me, and they're probably like expressing some new awareness I came across, just living life. And like the title goes, a visit to the market. This was inspired by, I mentioned on my community post where a friend, a long-time friend that has been abroad for a while, um, returned home for the holidays, and she came over to see me, which was so precious. And this friend, she was wonderful. Her parents was lovely, And on a certain day, when I was feeling very reluctant to go to the market because of going out and all of that, she was like, she's also going to the market and she wouldn't mind, accompanying me. Like we had to meet definitely that day because I think she left her charger over at my place, and I was like, okay, let's meet at the market and I'll give you a charger. And she was like, oh, I can just like accompany you, if you are doing something at the market. It was just perfect for me. And we went to the market together. I had to buy certain food items that with the holidays coming, if you didn't buy them, like that was end of November, yeah. If you didn't buy those food stuff at that time, guy, you won't be able to buy it December. Like the prices would have shot up so greatly, just price gouging and all of that. So I was happy that I had the opportunity because of my friend. And the beautiful thing that came out of that whole visit was that we went around the market together, and I just started to notice how very calm everywhere was. This is a typical Lagos market. What do you mean calm? What do you mean quiet? Like it was quiet. I wasn't hustled around like crowds. And let me tell you, there were crowds. Look at there, tons of people. In fact, even before I got to the market, I was standing somewhere waiting for my friend, and some random girl was like, hey, what do you want to do? I'm like, guy, can't somebody just stand? Like that's how busy this market is, yeah. So but when I was working with her and we're going from shop to shop trying to get those things I wanted to buy, it felt like I was submerged underwater, and in the nice way where you can't hear any more noises anymore. Like there was no smells assaulting my nose. I wasn't affected by people passing. I didn't notice people passing or rubbing up on me, like when you're walking the market and there's like just crowd coming body. And then after we're done shopping, I had no place to go. She was also not rushing anywhere. So we were like, let's just find a place to chill, and just sit down and talk, And we found that place in the BRT bus stop just across the market. So we looked for an eatery, but the eatery was like a stop away. And imagine entering a bus with all those load coming down, her going away and me going back. It was just so not feasible. So we just like, let's just chill in the shade of the bus stop. And we sat there for I think an hour plus, and we're just talking about everything and nothing at the same time. And while we're in the market, yeah, I took a picture because of how ambient that section of the market was. I took a picture of the place. I didn't even check it. I just felt the need to take the picture in that moment, what I was feeling. And then when I came outside, I as we're watching I'm just being transported to that moment. So as we're watching the people, like we're just watching people, guy, like the market is so interesting to observe, and I like observing like humanity basically. It's not like it's anything special. I just like doing it. I just like watching people move around, like just exist. And so as we're talking and speaking and just like confiding in each other and just being, just transported back to our time in secondary school when we're always spending hours talking non-stop, like unendingly to each other. Like we now started taking pictures of the people, like of the market, basically the overview of the market, and it was lovely. And I'm going to share some clips and the pictures that I took, and all of that. So recently, like, okay, today, early this morning, I just diluted. That was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago that we had that moment. Or Sunday will make it like a week and a half or 2 weeks. I don't know that we had that moment. And I just started writing and writing and writing, and then I completed it. And so I want to read it, on my channel, because where else, what I said that this channel is like an accountability journal for me. So let me read it out. Before writing, I actually felt like this was a late bloomer coming of age type of story, like the skeleton, the bare bones of something you base a kind of coming of age story around. Yeah. So I took these shots late November 2024 in a town located in Lagos State, Nigeria. I made this series to mark the awareness that washed over me as I went there to purchase large food items that would tide over the end of year holidays that quickly approached. This awareness was the realization that things by themselves have no meaning apart from the perspective I, as a human being, perceive them through. Like this market, for nearly all of my life, was taught to me to be a place definitive of my identity and gender as a woman. That my womanhood was only validated by the innate skills in navigating this market that came with just being a woman. And as I came to learn bitterly, all of those innate skills had skipped me entirely. So instead of facing the invalidation of my womanhood, I tried to perform it and failed terribly, of course. And then I also gave up. All my visits to this market were colored by overstimulation. I was plagued by an overwhelming loss of direction and this persistent weight of defeat. This visit, though, was different. It was motivated by a friend's promise of companionship. We would meet somewhere outside the market, then do our respective buyings together. I also have to mention that a couple years back, I confronted the idea of gender and what it meant to me. Then I promptly discarded all of it and redefined it all over for myself. Doing so, the burden of performing womanhood and failing at being one was lifted off of my shoulders. So, this visit, with my friend's gentle presence by my side, I saw the market in an entirely new light. The noise was muted to my senses. I didn't have to go anywhere. Everything I wanted to buy was here. It was simply a place. And my heart felt so full and light that I knew if I took a picture of it, the market would look different through my lens as well. I did, and it did. Perspective is everything. After we're done shopping, we walked easily to the bus stop just across the market and sat there. We had no place to be, so we sat there talking about everything and nothing at the same time as the market became this sight to see, a confluence of past and present. On it, the fullness of humanity floating by oblivious. That was my write up about that experience. And I hope this um, video is not so noisy and coherent for you to capture some, if not all, of what I was trying to pass across. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.